Do you ever go to use your sink and wonder to yourself, why can I not get more flow to come out of my faucet? When you turn on your faucet, you see something like this, but you'd rather see something like this. Let's talk about a couple things you can check to try to improve this situation and give yourself more flow. So welcome to Learn from Dad. If you haven't been here before, we do fun, simple videos to teach people things that your dad should have taught you about life and houses and cars and all the good things. So hit subscribe, hit like, stick around, come back for the next video. As we start to evaluate this problem, there's one simple fluid power concept you have to understand, and that is pressure against an orifice, which an orifice is simply the size of an opening, equals flow. So let me say that again. Pressure against an orifice equals flow. So for example, as you open your water valve on your faucet, whatever the pressure is that's in your house water system is pushing against that valve and allowing a certain amount of flow. I open the handle a little more flow comes out. Where we really need to focus is at the tip of your faucet, because in this tip is normally going to be what's called an aerator and a screen and an orifice. And those things together are what are going to change the flow. To get that tip out, usually fairly loose, you can grab it with your hands. Sometimes they're underneath where it's a little more challenging, so you'll need some variant of pliers. Hopefully you do not need a pipe wrench that it's stuck in there that tight. Now you do want to be careful not to mar this surface up, so what may actually be the best solution is a strap wrench. Mine are fairly loose and I have strong enough hands that I can just grab and spin this out. Let's take a look inside. Inside of that tip of that faucet is actually going to be this aerator, which is going to push out like that. Now you may have a gasket in there, make sure you don't lose it. These aerator tips are made up of 3 parts typically. Now the first one is this top piece here, which is a screen, and what you want to look for is all this debris that's blocking that screen. Going back to our concept of pressure against an orifice equals flow, there's all these little tiny holes, and the more of those we get covered up, the fewer surface area of orificing that we have to push fluid through. So make sure that this is clean. I'm going to use a small pick to get this screen out, and then we'll take a look underneath. With our screen removed, this pink disc is actually the orifice of this assembly. And right here in the middle is the simple little openings that is actually what restricts the flow through the aerator. Now that aerator is just meant to mix air with water and make the water stream at a low volume feel larger. So if I take my pick again, I should be able to pull this orifice out just like that. So now you can see the few number of holes that are in this orifice and then the holes that are in the aerator. In most cases with these aerators, because of the way the orifice sits in there and the screen over the top, I can actually reassemble this without the orifice, and that is going to let more flow come through this aerator and give me more faucet water. So I can reassemble my aerator with that orifice removed. Remember, I have to put my gasket back on and place this back onto the faucet. Now for a reference, with that tip and aerator removed, you can actually see what the maximum volume is that's going to come out of that faucet. That's a lot of water compared to using that tip with that aerator. Now if that's really what you want, you can take that tip and remove the aerator completely so that it's completely hollow, place that decorative ring back on, and run your faucet like that if you really want maximum water flow. In my case, I do like having the aerator in. It does create a lot more volume with that water. And now when I turn it on, while it doesn't look like it, I would say that's probably 15 to 20% more flow than what had been coming out previously. The other question is then, can I somehow increase the water pressure in my house to give me even more flow? Because again, pressure against an orifice equals flow. In most cases, no. Your water pressure is typically going to be regulated by whatever it is coming from the supply. Only in certain situations will you actually have a pressure regulator in your house to where you could take it from say 35 psi to maybe 40 and make some type of a difference. Really, the only other way you can impact water pressure in your house is to not have a bunch of devices working at the same time. Because as I turn on other water-consuming devices, like a washing machine, a dishwasher, a shower, you flush a toilet, you notice that flow will decrease because that maximum flow is being shared across multiple devices And what's really happening in the system is the pressure has slightly reduced. Pressure against an orifice equals flow. Before I go increase the flow in my other faucets to give you other examples, all these tools are my own that I'm using, but I do throw Amazon affiliate links down below just in case you want to see what it is that I'm using at my own home. Here's the before. On this particular aerator, it looks like somebody's removed both the orifice and the screen before, and I can see that down inside of some of these tips within the aerator, they're actually plugged with debris. I have some pretty hard water, so I'm not surprised. Now these aerators are replaceable, so you could get a new one and put in there. I think what I'm gonna do in this case, this faucet has really nice flow. I'm actually gonna put the trim ring back on and just let it be without the aerator. Many of you probably have a faucet like this where the tip is underneath with the aerator. We'll take our set of pliers, grab that gently. So there was a fair amount of debris inside of there with an O-ring. I can see right here is our screen. Now some faucets without that aerator will have a very erratic flow. So you really do need something in there. In this particular aerator, it's actually got a metal disc orifice. So I'm gonna pop that out. So you can see on this one, it's the metal orifice and then this plastic piece going into the aerator. There we go. Took me just a second to get that disc orifice popped out of there. Now what I can do is actually put my screen back in so that I catch any particulates, reassemble that, and now we should have greater flow with that orifice removed. If for some reason you need to replace these tips, from what I've seen, I do believe they come in a couple different sizes of dimension for this threaded tip. Also, kind of an interesting thing here, I did see, and I'm used to this in my other line of work, the orifice says 20 on it, or 20. And if I look at the tip, this is actually a 2.0 gallon per minute, or 7.6 liters per minute tip. So again, this orifice is what was regulating that flow. Let's put this back in. You don't have to over tighten, just a little bit, and significantly more coming out of that. So as you can see, great example, huge difference in flow by removing that orifice. Now, yes, you're gonna be using more water, but that's what you're after. There's your solution. Now you might be wondering, does this same thing apply to showers? And absolutely, it's very normal for shower heads from a water regulation standpoint to have some kind of an orifice in them to limit how much goes out. Last call, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, comment, all those good things. Helps me with this small channel. Check out the tools that are in the comments. Again, helps me as a small channel guy. I appreciate you watching. I hope you found it entertaining and educational, and I will see you on the next video. Stay curious, friends.